Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. We're about to explore a fascinating topic: why we should fall in love slowly, focusing on the power of emotional depth and authentic connection. Over the next few minutes, we'll discuss how taking our time can lead to richer, more meaningful relationships. So, let's dive in and discover the true value of falling in love at a more thoughtful pace. Today, we're diving into the modern man's dilemma. In our fast-paced world, many men feel like they're running on empty, constantly juggling work, trying to look their best and chasing success. Yet, despite all these efforts, there's often a sense of being unseen, especially in the area that really matters: meaningful relationships. Society tends to celebrate wealth, status, and physical appearance, but the truth is, these external achievements can't fill the emotional void inside us. What really creates lasting love isn't how much we achieve outwardly, but our emotional depth, vulnerability, and authenticity. That's why, in this journey, falling in love slowly, taking the time to build genuine connections rather than rushing into shallow ones, is absolutely essential. It's about prioritizing depth over speed and connection over superficiality. Let's talk about the trap of chasing surface-level success. From a young age, many men are told that women want confidence, money, and looks. Now, these qualities can definitely attract attention, but the problem is they don't usually lead to deep, lasting connections. When love is based solely on external validation, it's fragile. Sure, a man might win admiration for his car, his career, or his appearance, but those things don't guarantee intimacy or emotional closeness. What truly creates a strong foundation is emotional availability, being open and vulnerable with your partner. Falling in love slowly gives both people the chance to see beyond appearances and truly get to know each other. That's where genuine intimacy and real connection develop, not just surface attractions like wealth, status, or physical looks. So, if we want lasting love, focusing on authentic vulnerability and emotional connection is key. Let's talk about emotional depth and what women truly crave in a relationship. Emotional depth is something you can't fake. It's about genuinely understanding, feeling, and communicating your emotions honestly. It requires being vulnerable enough to admit when you're scared or hurt, but also having the strength to face those feelings with courage. Women are very perceptive. They can sense when a man is wearing a mask or hiding behind small talk, pretending to be someone he's not. Real emotional intimacy begins when those walls come down, and both partners allow themselves to be truly seen. It's not something that happens overnight. It unfolds slowly and requires patience and presence. Building this kind of depth creates a foundation of trust and connection that goes far beyond surface-level interactions. So remember, the key is being authentic, patient, and open. Those are the qualities that foster genuine emotional intimacy. Now, let's talk about vulnerability as a strength, not a weakness. Many men have been conditioned to believe that showing vulnerability makes them weaker. But in truth, vulnerability is actually a form of courage. It's about allowing someone to see your imperfections without feeling shame or shame. It doesn't mean oversharing or seeking pity, but rather being emotionally honest and authentic. When you open up, even gradually, you create space for real intimacy to grow. Women aren't looking for the perfect man. They want the real man, the one who has faced struggles, learned from them, and still chooses to show up genuinely. And falling in love slowly, through this kind of honesty, creates a safe environment where both people can let their guard down and connect from the heart. So, embracing vulnerability is really about strength to be authentic and courageous, and in doing so, building deeper, more meaningful connections. Let's talk about the role of self-awareness in love. You can't connect deeply with someone else if you don't truly understand yourself first. Self-awareness is really the foundation of emotional depth. It means knowing your values, what truly matters to you, your fears, your desires, and even those emotional triggers that can sometimes catch you off guard. Many relationships struggle because people seek validation from their partner instead of being authentic. When you're clear on who you are and accept that fully, you stop chasing love out of a sense of emptiness. Instead, you bring a sense of wholeness into the relationship. Falling in love slowly is also key. It allows both partners the time to truly discover themselves and each other before making a commitment. This process of understanding and acceptance creates a healthier, more genuine connection. So remember to know your values, recognize your emotional triggers, accept yourself, both your strengths and imperfections, and bring that sense of wholeness into your relationships. When you're complete within yourself, love becomes a richer, more meaningful experience. When we talk about escaping the need for external validation, what I mean is breaking free from constantly seeking approval from others, whether it's praise, compliments, or social recognition. This cycle can feel endless, and the more we chase after it, the more we might actually feel emptier inside. The real breakthrough comes when we develop self-confidence, which is about trusting and validating ourselves from within. Knowing that we are enough, even without applause or recognition, is truly empowering. When we stop relying on others to prove our worth, we become more magnetic. We attract genuine connections rather than superficial validation. This shift also changes how we approach love. Instead of falling into love out of desperation or neediness, we start to build love out of choice, out of authentic connection. And that's really what slow love is about. It's about creating relationships rooted in authenticity, not just chasing that addictive high that external approval can give. When we master this, we're not only more confident, but also more genuinely connected with others. Let's talk about emotional regulation, which is really about mastering how we react in difficult moments. Love is most truly tested during conflict. When men or anyone really suppress their emotions or explode under pressure, it becomes hard to sustain intimacy over time. Emotional regulation is key here. It involves acknowledging our feelings, understanding where they come from, and then choosing a thoughtful response instead of reacting impulsively. This approach helps build trust and creates a sense of safety in the relationship. Falling in love slowly gives us the chance to observe how each other handles challenges, disagreements, and emotional storms. And I think that's really important because it reveals a person's true character, more than just charm ever could. So, when you notice an emotion arise, the first step is to acknowledge it, recognize what you're feeling. Then, explore the root causes or triggers behind that emotion. Finally, instead of reacting instantly, choose to respond thoughtfully. This process fosters healthier communication and deeper connection. Remember, mastering emotional regulation isn't about never feeling upset. It's about managing those feelings in a way that strengthens the relationship. Now, let's talk about building meaningful, lasting relationships. The quickest way to damage a relationship is to rush into it while wearing masks, pretending to be someone you're not, playing games, or projecting a false image. Genuine intimacy, on the other hand, is rooted in honesty, authenticity, and allowing time to do its work. When we let love unfold gradually, we naturally attract the right person, someone who appreciates our true selves, flaws, and all. Falling in love slowly acts as a filter, helping us avoid shallow connections and creating space for real, deep bonds. These bonds are built on mutual respect and emotional depth, which are essential for lasting love. To do this, I encourage you to show up as your authentic self. Be honest about who you are. Building trust is crucial, and that comes from allowing vulnerability, which creates a sense of safety. As trust grows, you can deepen the connection by sharing experiences and growing together. Remember, lasting love isn't about quick fixes. It's about creating bonds based on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine connection. When these elements are in place, your relationships will be more meaningful and enduring. Falling in love slowly isn't about hesitation or fear. It's really about wisdom, giving ourselves the space to build something genuine. It's about allowing time for trust to develop, for self-awareness to deepen, and for vulnerability and authenticity to take root naturally. You see, shallow attraction can happen quickly. There's often an initial spark, but deep love, the kind that truly lasts, requires patience. It's cultivated over time through consistent effort and understanding. When a man develops emotional depth, embraces vulnerability as a sign of strength, practices self-awareness, and learns to regulate his emotions, he shifts from chasing love to attracting it. And the beautiful part is, he attracts the right kind of love, the love that's enduring and meaningful. Real love isn't rushed. It's a process of growth, slow, deep, and authentic. That's what makes it so valuable. So, as we reflect on everything we've discussed, remember that true connection isn't about quick fixes. It's about investing in ourselves and in others patiently with intention.